Thank you very much. Thank you to ERPNext team, Frappe team for inviting us, giving us this opportunity to share our experience. We have implemented, deployed ERPNext this year only, from on the month of April. So basically, it's implementation at open source spirituality, because we are also free and customizable. Whatever. So our philosophy is basically self-refinement, refinement of ourselves for family and in large as society. It doesn't matter whether we do yoga or we do Pilates or we do exercise or we do gym. The important thing is your fitness. Similar way, the important thing is how human we are with this organization, and that's why I call it free and customizable, because techniques can be customizable. Intention is being more human. So what we do as a Gayatri Pariwar is basically for wisdom. Some of the activities, like we organize camps in our center, which is again free, and we have meditation techniques. Those things for Yajna Gayatri, those things are basically for our self-refinement. And then our belief is by doing social work, by refining society. See, ultimately, whoever will come here and talk about whatever we do in our life, we do for peace and happiness of human being, right? Whatever we make either sensor system or we work on infrastructure, either visible, either virtual or actual physical infrastructure. The whole intention is to bring more happiness among society. This is the core things again for our organization also. So refining ourselves as well as doing the social activities like tree plantations. We planted million of trees. We have river cleaning activities, because in India in the round we can see a lot of problems in pilgrims also, and even other places also. So those things we pick up. Basically, we have given the platform. Anybody can come and join. It's like this. There's no specific things that you need to follow or you need to do. So whatever religion or whatever the non-religion or whatever it is, everybody is is invited to come and contribute for social things, as well as give time to ourselves. 15-20 minutes we say every day. Just think about you as a human being. So activities like rural management, tree plantation, for women empowerment, for students, disaster things, cleanliness drive, activities. Those things, health, those things are there actually. We do. So in our organizations, we divide in two parts. One is for all trading and manufacturing, whatever productions we do, sales, purchase things, is what called TMD. Second thing is basically is non-profitable charitable things. We call this Ved Mata Gayatri Trust. Full name is basically in English we can call it the mother of knowledge and wisdom. In English, Ved Mata Gayatri Trust. So those where we do all charitable activities and spend things on that. So as of now, in last 6 months, we have implemented it on our TMD part, and from December onward, we are going to implement it for our VGT part also. So numbers at a glance, we have almost 6 to 8 transactions per minute. It's quite a huge number. Around 300 to 400 discount policies, pricing rules. More than 500 warehouses active. See, because we have a presence in every district of India, where we do a lot of activities. So everywhere we need to make sure that our things are reaching there, whether for students, for women empowerment, for tree plantations, whatever it is. Our stuff should be reached there. So that's why we have more than 500 active warehouses. In the production side, we almost most of our units we do is Ayurveda medicine. We produce for alternative therapies. The allopathy is, everybody knows the problem with allopathy. So Ayurveda basically help people to gain the health. Then khadi products, especially for villages, for as part of a village development things, the cloth, khadi cloths, the stuff. and then different kind of products like earrings and Jagyakund and other things. We have almost, and then we have a lot of magazine subscriptions and a lot of journal entries. So what was the problem in our legacy system? So this the system we had earlier, it is also developed by somebody volunteer. See, in our organizations, people, it's mostly run on volunteer. It's very open source. I was working in Infosys for almost 13 years. And then, when I come to know about this organization, I started working with the organizations for a few years, and then I realized I can contribute more. I take a sabbatical and went for a year, and then I thought, no, I should spend a whole life here. So I continuing there from last 8 years, 9 years. So similarly, there was initial people who contributed and who created the ERP from in 2002. It was Oracle based. But there is, of course, a lot of problems was there. Now technology has changed a lot, and there are a lot of things with there. One was a big problem was, like you can see, the structure we have these companies, almost 13 companies as per the GST, as per the state, 13 states we run, and then every state has 6 to 8 branches. So one was the major issue was the accounting consolidation, the balance sheet consolidation. Every unit has own balance sheet, and then manually CS has to end of the year do the all manual consolidation. Then there was a lot of issue with GST compatibility also, because we have variety of suppliers and customers on that area. They give us the web solutions for branch implementation, but it was Fusion, Oracle West Fusion, and which was not implemented properly. So it has a lot of security problems, as well as it was very slow. And then user experience was not so good, because of course in 2002 D2K it was developed. So these things were the challenges, and from long we were thinking to upgrade ourselves to some other things, and then we do some research and come to know about ERPNext. We talk to the people here, and when we come to know about open source philosophy also, we thought, okay, it is us only. I feel like home. So it's like this is what we promote. So we promote for sharing things only. So immediately we choose that. Let's take a risk. There was a lot of things behind the mind of management, and then Frappe. When we come to know about Frappe, and then we talk to them. These people, we got a lot of confidence, and then we choose them, and we started implementation. So in these solutions, we got for consolidations. We can see by parent and child company is very good way to consolidate all the accountings. GST compatibility, we have seen all the reports are available for GST in ERPNext. Whatever reports we need to submit every month to government to be a compliant of GST. And even though we have a lot of variety of supplier customers, we have seen during our feasible study that the ERPNext has very good coverage of all of them. It was very, of course, cost effective and web based solutions. So we are very feel it will definitely work on our benches because it's already web based. We wanted to go for standard community based software also, because a lot of things was customized in our legacy system, and due to that, whenever something changes happen in the market, VAT come, then GST come, a lot of patches we need to do on that. So we wanted to have somebody helping us on these things, and our IT team get a lot of involvement with that. It takes a lot of time also, because all volunteer based. So we've always wanted to see we get somebody who do for us whatever changes happening in the market. They just implement those things, and we also know about the standard practice. A lot of practice we do, just by learning, people come and help us and just guide us where we do. So we wanted to get something standardized, at least from IT point of view, and then ERPNext, the Frappe team really help us on that area. So this was the implementation. We started in the month of November, December, have all the masters ready, and then on the month of April this year, we have started be live, and in next 2 months, we will start the phase 2 for our charitable trust also. So these were the challenges we wanted to talk about it definitely. Everybody wanted to listen about it. One challenge was, how to organize this branch and sub-branch structure. Like I said, for example, Rajasthan is our company, is a branch. It has sub-branches of Udaipur, Jaipur, Ajmer, and Pushkar, such things. Every other cities, like every state have 6 to 7 centers like this. So here the solution we got when we implemented it, we got a very good solutions from Frappe team for going using the cost center as sub branches, basically company and then cost center. Company is our state, and then the unit running under this company is using by cost center. But there was issue with all the cost center was not available for balance sheet accounting. So they quickly come up with the solution. They have one flag in settings which will have all the accounts, all the balance sheet account also available for cost center. So that really help us to because it was very major challenges, how to organize. We tried a lot of ways on doing that. We thought about doing with the cost center and address, but then it didn't work with things. We thought about having all 40 branches as company, but thing is like between two sub branches, like between Udaipur to Jaipur, the stock transfer is by the stock movement is by stock transfer only, but between Haridwar to say Jaipur, it is sales and purchase. So between these two companies, it needs sale and purchase because two different GSTN, and if it is same GSTN number, it is just a stock transfer between Udaipur Jaipur, simple stock transfer. So there are a lot of challenges how to achieve this, and then the cost center approach help us with that. Then expense booking system, we have tradition of for TDS calculation and for GST calculations, we do a lot of expense entry, and in ERPNext there was a good solution for that. So we leverage API for that. We talk about more in next slides. Then because we follow periodic inventory, there is a periodic inventory and perpetual inventory. I think people must be aware about those terminology. So what happens, transferring between Udaipur to Jaipur, if you transfer stock, the amount doesn't transfer immediately. So for amount transfer, we have to make a separate journal entry to make sure that the accounting impact is there. So every transfer transaction will also require a journal entry also. This was again challenge we resolved by APIs. Sorry. And one thing was, our user is using the system from last 18 years. So definitely there is a lot of problem, but they are comfortable at a certain level with those things. So those best practices, they wanted to be new system also. And because it's all volunteer based, people come and go. So it is, they are not very tech savvy also. Then GST, like I said, I'll talk about already this GST. We have variety of supplier. Like we, for example, just to give example, let's say aloe vera. Let's say we produce the medicine. So aloe vera is a good input for us. Aloe vera we buy from farmer also. We buy it from companies also. So what happens? The same products we have to do three different types in old system. If we are buying from farmer, it is no GST on that. If I am buying from a registered supplier, then there is GST on that. And if I am buying it from a supplier who there is concept of composite GST, composite category, where the organization has already paid certain lump sum amount to government, so that they don't bother about paying GST for each and every transaction to save their CS things. So this time we have customer called composite. So we have registered customers, unregistered, composite, and even somebody like farmer who is not eligible for where they don't pay GST. So those challenges is already resolved by ERP team in the system. We just need to set up there. Then we have a sub ledger system also in our legacy system. We talk more about it in next slides. And then master integration was definitely a huge issue because of very old data. Feature that improve our current process, custom script, API, query reports, those things really help us, to customize our things. Frappe team, support team, definitely we got a lot of inputs from accounting point of view to improve our processes, the way we do things, the way we do the things. And the way item list, the item master is organized in ERPNext is really amazing. We get a lot of scope on that, to set up, to customize those things. It was really amazing. So like few things like, in our medicines production, our item used to expire, this batch process, it was not the previous system. We had to do a lot of patching for that. But now ERPNext have proper system for batch processing also, for expiring item, expiring medicines, all those things. So I will quickly go through with customizations we did. To have a for users, what we do is we use the concept of profiling. Suppose, for example, somebody is entering in a particular unit, so we give it a number. Just put the number there, which warehouse it is. We give it a name called profile name. By choosing the profile name, those things autofill the company, the cost center, warehouse, price list, text template, naming series. Those things automatically come from the system, from the doc. So user has to just remember one thing: I need to choose this profile. That's it. He doesn't need to think about what are the warehouse out of 500 warehouse I need to choose. What are the cost center I need to choose? What company? Because there is some possible mistake on that. For that, in our old system, we first choose company, go inside the company, and then only this company we can do transactions. Now you can, from outside, you can go on any company anytime. It's like this. So those problems we solve by profiling. You can see it here. And, similarly, for user permissions, we have like 200 users there. So giving them permission one by one is a huge task. So same thing we did, we're creating docs for that. Running out of time, so I'm going fast. The POS, because 6 to 8 transactions per minute, definitely a lot of queue are there. You have to be very fast on that. So in the actual POS in ERPNext, we had a lot of mouse involvement was required. So we developed our own POS using the API system. So we submit the sales invoice as a POS, and we just keyboard thing by navigation keyboard only. Just do keyboard thing and then control as colon as things to save the things. So this is really helping us. Almost we saved basically 20 seconds per transaction we are saving almost with that. We can share detail about it separate with the team. Then inter-branch transfer. For example, you need to transfer the fund from Udaipur. Suppose Jaipur sent something to Udaipur for selling. Udaipur sold those things and then inform Jaipur team. So for that we required almost to put 4 different journal entries to satisfy this one transactions. So again, by using API, we created our own, because we aware about PHP things, PHP JavaScript. So in PHP JavaScript, we build this small things. Just simple single choosing people. The 4 journal entry, the 4 journal entry created by single screen. This we done by API. Then again, for expense booking, this again is a big trouble for expense booking, because expense booking we don't want to create items always. So the only option was using journal entry, and in journal entry we have to calculate what is the TDS, what amount of TDS is required, what amount of GST is required. This need to be calculated by the human actually. So this is again could cause the mistake. So for that again we are using APIs. We created our own framework. Simply need to choose what amount, what is taxes there, whether it's eligible or not for refund, input eligible, and reverse charges, all those things. And simple say voucher preview, and immediately you can see this voucher is created. So within a 10 seconds, 20 seconds, user can create voucher, and it's safe also. How much TDS you need to deduct, all those things. So this is the way it is. Then material transfer, I said earlier, if you are in the same state, the material transfer happens because of periodical inventory, but there is no financial movement because we didn't choose perpetual inventory. So for that, we can simply list out all the stock entry we did, and just click on the button, simple make JV, make JE, make JE, make JE, and just immediately create the journal entry. And same thing we did for TDS deposits also. Like every month, every quarter, we had to deposit TDS, collected TDS to government. So for that also we created this tool. Then for GST report, even though good reports are available in ERPNext system already, but for some of our units where there is a lot of transaction happening, it is slow actually. Sometimes it didn't come up. So we have created some views on the tables. 2-3 views on top of the tables, so that it is faster. Now at least we are seeing the records. For all other companies where transactions are less, we are using the ERPNext, but only for our 3 or 4 units which has a lot of transactions every day. For that we have built up our own things which we share with the development team also later on. so that we know we'll see how we can implement it in actual ERPNext. Some traditional reports was required, like post collections, how much every day which user has collected how much amount, those things they need to deposit to the account department. So those things also we created separately. So I'm almost on last slide. The current challenges we have here, few challenges are there. One thing is about performance only. Like we discussed already about this with Frappe team, and they are working with us on this. That it is taking almost 8 to 10 seconds to submit the POS API, and then report generation for GST taking little time for some units. Generally in our sales invoice we have more than 150 items in our sales invoice. If we add more than 50 items, it is little slow actually, because there is 350 discount policy also, pricing rules also. So of course I can understand this thing. So we are working with the team, how we can optimize so that this can be faster, because after 40-50 items it becomes very slow. Then one thing we will discuss here about the possibility that whether we can move out of MySQL, and probably is there any other database available for us like Postgre or something which is faster, which could be faster and help us. So these things generally we develop in PHP and JavaScript, because we know PHP and JavaScript, and we don't have time to learn Python and other things. But in this conference, when we come this conference, so we will know how to do these things now in Python, and how we can integrate those things in ready to ERPNext. So there's some contribution from our end also to this community, such a great community. So last but not least, everybody is invited to Shanti Kunj Haridwar. Feel it like home. It's again, accommodation is free, living is free there. No no hassle at all. You can lot of things you can do there. Meditations and lot of things are there. You can come with your family. I am just inviting all of you. Thank you.